89 games in. Are the 2025 A's really better or just pretending to be? Today on Locked On A's.
You are Locked On A's, your daily podcast on the Athletics, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Welcome to Locked On A's, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I am your host, Booney, one name, all passion. And today we are bringing the fireworks early on this 4th of July. While America celebrates independence, we are celebrating something just as rare. A's baseball. I've been bleeding green and gold since 81, from the Bay to Vegas through glory days and fire sales. And this show isn't just another A's podcast. This is the front line of truth, passion, and perspective. Every single day, we are breaking down games, spotlighting stories that matter, and delivering the kind of deep, unfiltered analysis the other shows won't. From Sacramento to Vegas, Midland to Stockton, if it's wearing that A's logo, we are on it. We are free and available wherever you get your podcasts, including YouTube. So go ahead, like that subscribe button like it's a bottle rocket, and let's get loud for the team they keep trying to forget. Today's episode is brought to you in part by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. 89 games into the 2025 season, it's time to ask the uncomfortable questions. Are the A's actually better than they were in 2024, or are we just fooling ourselves? In this episode of Locked On A's, we put the two rosters under the microscope and go position by position, comparing starters, stats, bullpen usage, team records, vibes, everything. It's just not about wins and losses, though those numbers are eye-opening. It's about how the culture has shifted, who stepped up, and where this team is actually headed. Spoiler alert, some of the answers might surprise you. We will dive deep into key upgrades. Yes, there are some regression candidates, and whether the 2025 version of the A's has turned the corner or is just spinning its wheel in a shinier package. From Nick Kurtz' presence in the middle of the order to the bullpen's absolute meltdown, we peel back every layer. If you have been riding with this team through the storm, this episode is your checkpoint. It's not about blind optimism. It's about truth, growth, and holding this organization to the standard it claims to chase. Happy 4th, everybody. Good to see everybody here. Let's get right into it. 2025 A's versus 2024 A's. Let's jump in with talking about a little bit of how each season got going with free agent signings, etc. Big two free agent signings in 2024 the A's got were Ross Stripling and Alex Wood, which happened to be both from the Giants. They also picked up J.D. Davis a little bit later. Neither of those players were really factors in the first half, but as far as going into the season, that's who the A's came up with. Compared to 2025, the big offseason signings obviously was Luis Severino and Jose Leclerc. Obviously, we picked up we traded away Joe Boyle, and we picked up Jeffrey Springs and Jacob Lopez in that trade. But record 89 games in, right? 89 games in 2024, 33 and 56. Here we are in 2025, 36 and 53. So a 3-game difference. Record in March, okay? 2024, 1-3. 2025, 2-2. April in 24, 13 and 14. Longest win streak was 4. Longest losing streak was 3. In 2025, 14 and 12. Longest losing streak was 2. Played just real consistent ball the A's did in April. Longest win streak was 3. Just real consistent ball across the month. Both teams had decent Aprils. Even in 2024, 13 and 14, although they were a game under 500, they really started that April off, awful. May, it got both years, man. In 2024, 9-19, longest losing streak, 5 games, longest winning streak, 3 games. In 2025, we already know, right? 7-21 in May. Longest losing streak was 11 games, obviously. We know about that. And the longest winning streak was 2. June 2024, 7-20. Longest losing streak was 9. And June 2025, 12-16. We started playing a little bit of better baseball after the second big losing streak was 9 games in June. That carried over from May until June. We started getting things going a little bit. Longest win streak, 4 games. Longest losing streak, 4 games. July, obviously. July is when the 2024 A's really started picking it up. They had a hell of a record in July 2024. Actually want to tell you exactly what it was. In July 2024, the A's played ball 3-1, 4-1, 4-3, 5-3, 5-4, 6-4, 6-5, 9-5, 9-6, 11-6, 11-7, 14-7, 15-8. July 2024, the A's played July at 15-8, one of the best records in the American League. They were 2-0 at this point going into the 4th of July, where the A's are 1-1. In July, excuse me, the A's are that's right, 1-1. If you break down each season by every 20 games, this is what you're looking at. 2024, 8-12. 2025, 9-11. Take over the next, I apologize. Every 40 games, I'm sorry. In 8-12, 9-11 for the 20. If you go to 40 games, 18-22 in 2024, 21-19 to start off the season in 2025. 18-22 versus 21-19 for the first 40 games. 8-12, 9-11, 18-22, 21-19. Now we're on 2024, 24-36 through 60 games in 2024. Through 60 games in 2025, 23-37. So actually 1 game worse than 2024. Through 80 games, 29-51 in 2024, 32-48. And that remains the same today. Just a 3-game improvement. 33-56 today in 2024, 36-53 in 2025. A slight improvement. Now, here's the thing, though. Going into July, the A's still have to see what they can do this month. Where in 2024, the 2024 A's going into July played its best baseball of the season. Can we do that this year? That is the question. Let's cover individual players position by position and see where the fall off is. I feel like we had a much better team this year than we did last year. So why only a 3-game difference? What's going on position by position? Upgrade or an illusion? Up next. It's 4th of July, fireworks, backyard barbecues, and maybe a cold one in hand. And nothing kills that holiday high faster than fighting the chaos of buying A's Giants tickets. You know the drill. You were up early, ready to pounce, only to get booted from the queue like it's musical chairs at a kid's party. Let's be real. A's Giants should be about tradition and rivalry, not sweating through a digital waiting room. That's why Game Time is the MVP of your summer. Just like the fireworks hit harder at night, ticket prices on Game Time drop closer to first pitch. You can score last-minute seats for up to 60% off. And no, that's not a typo. Want a killer view? The app shows you what you will actually see from your seat. So you are not stuck behind a pole like it's 1776. Tired of hunting for the best deal? Game Time Zone Deal. Pick the best bang for your buck seats in your section. No hidden fees, no fine print, just one price. Boom, done. And if plans change, the Game Time guarantee has you covered. So while the sky's lighting up with fireworks, make your summer memories explosive in the good way with Game Time. Download the app, grab those last-minute tickets, and go make some noise. Take the guesswork out of buying concert and show tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. When comparing the 2 years, 2024 versus 2025, let's first start with returners, right? Who we had last year, who was an everyday player, and who we have this year compared to what they were doing 89 games in 2024 versus what they are doing this year, 89 games in. The biggest discrepancy right off the bat is J.J. Bleday. J.J. Bleday in 2024 hit 237, 11 home runs, and 30 RBIs, 89 games in. Bleday really didn't get his 2024 season going until mid-July. Even at this point, 89 games in, wasn't playing the best. If you remember, Kurtz let him off for a while. He was batting leadoff, went into a dreadful 3 for 36 slump. And then once Kurtz put him in the 3-hole, he seemed to really get things going. 237, 11 bombs, 30 RBIs. Compared to this year, 191, 8 home runs, 22 RBIs. That is the most glaring thing I can look at. Miguel Andujar, 2024 to 2025 is almost mirror images, right? They both got hurt. Both 2024 Andujar, both 2025 Andujar, and their numbers were almost identical. 293, 3 bombs, 15 home runs for Andujar in 2024. 2025, 296, 3 home runs, 20 RBIs. Not a big difference there. Brett Rooker, same thing. Almost identical. Brett Rooker in 2024, 273, 17 home runs, 50 RBIs through 89 games. 2025 through 89 games. Check this out. 270, 18 home runs, 46 RBIs, almost identical. The thing that's been the improvement, obviously, is Soderstrom. But when you really look at Soderstrom, remember the hot start Soderstrom got off to this year. He was on fire to start the game, to start the year. He hasn't had a home run since the series in Toronto, which is what, 20 games ago? In 2024, 89 games in, 216, 7 home runs, 19 RBIs. 2025, 252, 14 home runs, 48 RBIs, right? Big difference, sure. But that 216, 7 home runs, 19 RBIs, it's kind of how he's been hitting as of late. He is representing those numbers. We don't have the Soderstrom that we had the first 20, 30 games of the year, 40 games even, if you want to call it. He's been like the 2024 Strodom. That's been a big drop-off and a huge reason why the A's have struggled. As far as Lawrence Butler, 193, 4 home runs, 12 RBIs in 2024. Now, granted, he wasn't playing every single day in 2024 as he was in 2025, but 252, 11 home runs, and 34 RBIs. At third base, we had a lot of guys at third base. We started in 2024. We started with J.D. Davis. We had Abraham Toro. Brett Harris was up here. We had Tyler Nevin. I mean, we had so many guys playing third base. It's kind of been the same type of deal this year. I mean, Gio Urshela, Max Muncy, Schumann's played a little bit of third base. But for the most part, I think when Max Muncy has really settled into that third base position, he's been good, man. 213, 7 home runs, 19 RBIs versus anybody we had at third base last year. For example, Brett Harris, 130, 9 RBIs. Toro was good the first 50 games before a stint landed him, before he went on the IL for a while. We're definitely better at third base this year than we were last year. But at the same time, hey, Gio Urshela hasn't been anything great. 230, 0 homers, 15 RBIs. He's been struggling. How about Shea Langoliers? In 2024, 204, 15 home runs, 41 RBIs. So far in 2025, average has gone up, 242. 12 home runs, 31 RBIs. Backup catcher's been a big deal, man. Remember we had Kyle McCann. First 89 games in 2024. Kyle McCann was good. He hit 282. He was a good lefty option. We've been jumping all over the place with backup catchers this year. From Johnny Pereda to Willie McIver. Now to Austin Wins. I hope there's something a little bit more consistent there with regard to catcher. I think we're starting to see it. But if I was to choose a catcher, a backup catcher in 80 through 89 games, I'd go Kyle McCann. I wish we gave him a little bit more of a look. New guys that have come in. I mean, Kurtz, obviously he's been awesome. 241, 12 bombs, 32 RBIs. Versus guys like Daz Cameron, 167, 3 bombs, 6 RBIs, or Tyler Nevin, 203, 5 home runs, 13 RBIs. Schumann last year, 227, 4 bombs, 17 RBIs. This year, 239, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. Second base, Zach Geloff, 201, 9 home runs, 23 RBIs versus our primary second baseman this year has been Luis Urias, 239, 7 home runs, 18 RBIs. Definitely an upgrade. But at the same time, Geloff was extremely, extremely struggling last year. How about pitching, right? The pitching rotation last year to start the season for the Giants, for the A's. I'm thinking of Alex Wood, who opened up as the opening day starter, Ross Stripling, both who came from the Giants. Paul Blackburn was big, right? We had JP Sears as our 4th starter. Joe Boyle was our 5th starter. Versus what we had opening day this year, Severino, Springs, Sears, Badeau. Who was that other starter we had that I'm missing, that I'm thinking of here? Joey Estes. Joey Estes obviously didn't spend too much time up here. Last year, we kind of were all over the place with pitching. Spence got in the rotation. Joey Estes got in the rotation. And they both look good. Badeau was awesome in the rotation last year. But they didn't really see the rotation for the first 89 games. The rotation last year, first 89, I mean, it was all over the map. I mean, this year, not much difference. We've had a lot of different starters. Severino, Springs, Sears, Jacob Lopez, Mitch Spence, JT Ginn, Badeau, Joey Estes started the first 2 games. So similar type of deals. We don't have a settled rotation. Bullpen in 2024, you're looking at guys like Austin Adams, Double-A. Kind of missed that guy with that kind of attitude. I miss Double-A. Lucas Ursay. Ursay and Miller last year was a big difference. We lose Ursay. Now, all of a sudden, a guy like Tyler Ferguson's your high leverage guy in the 8th, who actually performed well when he was given the opportunity. Scott Alexander, we lost. Hogan Harris pitched out of the pen. TJ McFarland. We had Luis Medina was another starter. Sean Newcomb last year and this year. Our bullpen, for the most part, last year was good. At the end of the season, I mean, it was one of the best bullpens in all of baseball. This year, it's been a mess, although we started out the year well in the bullpen. I mean, you got guys like Justin Sterner, who pitched his first 19 innings scoreless and then just went absolutely south. What's up? Happy 4th post-pandemic chronicles. Do I think Severino will be gone by the deadline? Yes, I do. I don't think there's any question about it. I think the big question is what they're trying to get in return. He wants out. Management has made it a point to acknowledge that and say they want him out as well. I want him out as well, too. I don't care what we get for him if it's nothing, just to get rid of that contract and that cloud that is over this team. A few guys in the bullpen that started out the year amazing. Kyler Ferguson. Grant Holman, we brought up about after he played about 10 games in Vegas. Leclerc was supposed to be the guy, was the mess from the beginning. Noah Murdoch was really good in clutch situations. McFarland was really who he was. Smith Spence up and down. Mason Miller was very okay. Otanez was hurt most of the year. We started off the year great in the bullpen. And as of late, like in 2024, in the first 89 games, we struggled. The difference is the 2024 team had a guy like Lucas Ursay. We don't have that guy this year. We were hoping a Jose Leclerc or a Tyler Ferguson or an Otanez would get healthy and be that guy. They just have not. The bullpen has killed us this year. I'm going to take about a 2-second break. I promise when I get back, we'll talk about, hey, is this team all flash? Or just like no jackpot? What is it? What is the 2024-2025 team? And is it better than the 2024 team? Up next. When I look at this 2025 team, it came in with a lot of expectations. I picked this team to win the AL West. Personnel-wise, I thought we were there. I felt our rotation was good. I like Severino. You know what you're going to get out of Severino. I like Jeffrey Springs. Coming off 2024 as our ace, I loved JP Sears. Now you plug in guys like you plug in a guy like Osvaldo Bideau, who had a great 2024. Joey Estes, who showed flashes. I was more than happy with our rotation. Jacob Wilson, I didn't even talk about. What am I doing? Jacob Wilson has been a huge upgrade. 339, 9 home runs, 40 RBIs. I mean, yeah, he's been it, man. I mean, you talk about a huge upgrade at shortstop compared to what we had last year. For the most part, in that first half, it was Schumann at shortstop. Schumann did play some third base when Abraham Toro got hurt. But I didn't expect Jacob Wilson to be this good. I didn't expect Tyler Soderstrom to get off to the start he got off to. I thought Lawrence Butler would be better. That's for sure. I thought J.J. Bleday would be a lot better. I thought he would anchor the middle part of our order. He has gone south. Langoliers has been the same as last year for the most part. So is Rooker. I thought Langoliers would be a little bit better. The things that have hurt this ball club, it's not the hitting, it's the timely hitting. Leaving guys in scoring position all year long. Obviously, the cloud. Bill, Joey, that's nothing better than a number 4 starter in AAA. I can't disagree with you, Bill. And he's been struggling. He's been getting hit in AAA. ERA close to 5 or over 5. He got hit last night. Interesting you brought that up. I agree with you. He had that. What really got him on the map last year, Bill, was that complete game shutout he had against the Angels in Oakland. It might have been It was around this time too. I want to say July 3rd, something like that last year. And that really got him going. And then after that, it was every other start. One start good, another start bad. Another guy we had up last year, Daryl Hernandez. He didn't make the team. He's been good in spring training. Excuse me. He's been good in AAA. The problem with this team, offensively, management has had this attitude. We're sluggers. We're going to slug. Well, fuck, I mean, that's great. But, a good example of that is the Tampa series. We struck out 42 times. Hitting statistically, when you look at it, we're all right this year. Butler, 252 with a 750 OPS. Rooker, 270, 834 OPS. Soderstrom, 252, 760 OPS. Wilson, 339, 853 OPS. Kurtz, 241, 800 OPS. Langoliers, 242, 763 OPS. Driving in runners in scoring position at key moments has cost this game, I don't know how many games. Cost this team, I don't know how many games. When we've had leads, the bullpen has not been able to hold it down. Check out these numbers in the bullpen, guys. Tyler Ferguson, ERA, 6.69. Holman, 5.09. Badeau started and came out of the pen, 6.14. Otanez, only 6 outings, but still 13.5. Anthony Maldonado, when he came up, 12. Carlos Duran, only 1 outing. I mean, it's been a nightmare. Noah Murdoch, when he was up here, 13.24. TJ McFarland, 6.89. Mason Miller, 4.55. I mean, our bullpen has absolutely crushed us this year. Starting pitching hasn't been great. Severino, 5.09. Springs has been better, 4.07. So was Lopez. But even when you go back to the beginning, we saw Joey Estes' first 2 starts. That's been the story. It's been timely hitting, disciplined hitting, bullpen, and starting pitching. I mean, basically everything, right? As attitude-wise, it's been a miserable year with the cloud over the whole Sacramento deal. Players haven't handled it well, nor has management. Excuse after excuse. I don't buy it. Luis Severino, hey, he speaks up. He's saying everything that the clubhouse is thinking. Fine, great, wonderful. That tells me there's a problem with management. As far as chemistry and team, 2024 was much better than 2025. We're only 3 games better than we were in 2024. 3. And the 2024 team gets really hot in July and August. They were all hungry. Not one player on that team had a guaranteed contract going in to the 2025 season. Alex Wood was on a 1-year deal. Ross Stripling was on a 1-year deal. Lawrence Butler, nobody was on a guaranteed contract. That team was hungry last year. They lacked the personnel. They lacked the talent. They had some leadership. Kotze, I thought, did a great job with that team last year. So, yeah, if I had to make a decision on which team was better through 89 games, I can't believe I'm saying this. 2024, no question. 2024 is a better team than 2025 based on chemistry, attitude, wins-loss, performances, and everything else surrounding the team. The key trades the team made in the offseason, was Lucas Ursay we got rid of, and we got Mason Barnett in return. Paul Blackburn, we got a prospect. Why am I forgetting his name? A prospect third round pick out of Nevada, who's actually having a decent year so far in AAA. That is, I'm going to tell you who that is right now. For some reason, it's slipping my mind. Cade Morris, thank you. Cade Morris is pitching, has been pitching decent this last couple outings in AA. A 22-year-old, in AAA. So yeah, if I had to make a decision on which team is better, and if this team is no flash, all flash and no jackpot, it is. We'll see how they respond. Starting today, 3-game set against the Giants, 3-game set at home against the Braves and the Blue Jays. We'll see how they are, right? We'll see if they can turn into something. But for right now, yeah, it's 2024. No question. Hey, everybody, you have a great 4th of July. I may be around for postgame on the Giants and A's. I may not. But if I see you, I see you. Take care. Be safe. Enjoy your 4th. Take care, guys. Thanks for making Locked On A's your first listen today. Whether you are grilling dogs, lighting sparklers, or dodging that one uncle with too many firecrackers, now for your second listen. Fire up something just as electric as the sky. Locked On MLB Game Night. Every game, every night, all season long. It's like baseball version of the grand finale. Local insights with a national blast radius. Want to know what's happening around the league while you are watching fireworks explode over your patio? Locked On MLB Game Night brings you the action coast to coast with no fluff, no filler, just baseball brilliance. Catch it on Locked On MLB on YouTube or wherever you get your podcast, because after the A's, this is the best way to keep the baseball party rolling all summer long.